Bob Potter was my my first modified hero. He won a bunch of races. He was, we were hearing all kinds of stories about how he was really a chassis guy, and that spurred me on to think about how all that stuff worked.
He knew how to set up a car. He knew chassis. And it had to be, you know what I mean, or no good.
Wherever Bob Potter raced, his ability to stay out of trouble is beyond belief. I mean, a guy could race for 2 years, and all he got was a bent bumper.
Bob didn't get too many scuffles out there.
He was one of the cleanest guys to race against. You know, to get him to lay a fender or a bumper on you, you really had to be an idiot.
I always thought he was a silky smooth kind of a smart racer, and you can see where that would have stood him in good stead at Waterford all those years.
Probably about as dominant a driver for as long a period of time as you'll ever see any place.
He could drive anything. Bob was really a wheelman. It didn't matter what he got in, he could drive the wheels off it, and he won a whole lot of races because he was that good.
He was one of the first ones that could run the low groove at the bowl faster than some of the guys up top, up on a higher groove.
Potter knew his way around that racetrack, and he could ride the bottom of that racetrack in those turns better than anybody I've ever seen.
Someone like Bob Potter would have been as well known in his day as, maybe not a Dale Earnhardt, but certainly in the era of someone like Richard Petty. People might have known more about Bob Potter back then than they would have about Richard Petty or some of the other big-time NASCAR guys. They just weren't so recognized.
When you say Waterford Speedbowl, usually the first driver that comes to mind is Bob Potter.
It was a great year. These guys out of Coventry, Rhode Island, they had this coupe, 11 coupe, beautiful coupe. But they asked me to drive the car. I said, sure, and then went out opening day and won. And the only time I didn't win was when the motor blew. I was walking out of the pits and Art Barry was walking in the pits. And he says, Art, what are you doing? Yeah, just kicking around watching the races. He says, where's your car? He says, home in the garage, safe. I said, why don't you get that car out of the garage next week? Let's go racing. I said, I got a championship to win here. Go out and practice, and we're flying. Got down the back straightaway, and the motor expired. So that baby blew. Dickie Doo, he had 2 cars there. So he says, hey, you want to drive the car? He says, it wasn't running good. We had somebody else take it out. He said, it wasn't running good in practice. He said, maybe you can figure it out in the first feature. Took it on the first feature, was skipping. In fact, I didn't even finish the first feature, because it just was running so bad. Got it in the pits, and I think they ran late models in between us. So we got the motor squared away. Went out in the second feature, and I'm leading it. And Dickie Doo, I'm lapping Dickie Doo, you know. He's running around the bottom there. And he stuck his arm with the car. He's waving me by, come on, win this race, you know. So I won the race. And that worked out good, that was fun, you know. And so that year I won races with 4 different cars to win the first championship.